Bangladesh, a country defined by its vast network of rivers, is home to over 700 waterways that have shaped the nation's geography, natural environment, and the very fabric of its people's lives. From the mighty Padma to the meandering Meghna, these rivers are not mere bodies of water, but the very lifeblood of the land, nurturing the soil, providing livelihoods, and cultivating a vibrant, water-centric culture. However, the relationship between Bangladesh's riverine communities and their aquatic neighbors is a complex and ever-evolving one. During the monsoon season, when upstream floodwaters swell the rivers, turning calm waters into powerful, rushing streams, this can lead to severe flooding, damaging farms and sweeping away homes, which disrupts the lives of many people. Yet, amidst this destruction, this same river gifts new land, the char. Where resilient communities rebuild their dreams. It is on one such island that we find ourselves immersed in the daily lives of the residents who have made this precarious floodplain their home. Their livelihoods are as changeable as the river itself, shifting with the seasons. In the dry months, they are farmers, cultivating crops like rice, wheat, and vegetables on the fertile soils. But when the monsoon rains arrive, the land disappears beneath the swollen waters, and the river becomes their primary source of sustenance. Today, we have the privilege of spending a day with Salam, a lifelong resident of this island community. As a child of the river, Salam's life is inseparably linked to its rhythms. From caring for the fields during the dry season to casting his nets in the rough currents when the monsoon strikes. Through Salam's eyes, we witness not just the challenges of fishing and enduring the floods, but the deep-rooted resilience and unwavering spirit of these riverine communities who have learned to coexist with the ever-changing waterscape. In Salam's story, we find the reflections of thousands of other char dwellers, each grappling with the same struggle to survive, to thrive, and to maintain their connection to the river that is both their lifeline and their adversary. This documentary will take us on a journey through the ebb and flow of life on Bangladesh's river islands, exploring the intimate relationship between people and their watery domains. At 6 a.m., Ashik sets out toward the riverbank with his tools. This season, there are no clear paths, only mud and water around. He carefully makes his way across the slippery ground to reach his boat. First, he drains the water that has collected beneath the hull, then completes a few quick pre-launch tasks. Once everything is set, he gently pushes the boat into the deeper water. A short distance away, Salam's house is located along the river. They are not only relatives, but business partners. Today, Ashik plans to pick up Salam, and then they will go fishing together. As the boat moves into deeper water, Ashik starts the engine. The engine hums softly, and the boat makes its way towards Salam's house. Meanwhile, Salam wakes early and begins his day with the cows. He leads the herd to a nearby shed, one by one, and after all cattle are secured, he retrieves feed from a heap of straw. In rural areas, it's common to see stacks of straw around because families often keep animals like cows, goats, ducks, and chickens. During the rainy season, when everything gets flooded, this stored straw becomes very important for helping these families feed and take care of their animals. After feeding the cows, Salam, accompanied by his son, heads to a local shop for their morning tea and biscuits. In their village, there are no paved roads, so they walk along the muddy paths barefoot. Once they reach the shop, they find a few familiar faces already there, sipping tea and chatting as they get ready for the day. Salam relaxes on the porch with a hot cup of tea, catching up with his neighbors. Back at the boatyard, Ashik has arrived. In these flood-prone regions, boats are the primary means of transportation. At regular intervals, they leave from different points of the island, carrying people and goods. Farmers use them to ferry their produce to nearby markets. While early in the morning, school children can be seen crossing the river by boat on their way to class. After finishing his tea, Salam heads home, knowing there is still much to do. His cattle, having eaten their hay, now need water. Leading them carefully to the riverbank, he watches as they lower their heads to drink from the cool stream. Once the cows are watered, he ties them to nearby trees. With the morning chores complete, Salam prepares for his work. Now it is time to go fishing. Salam boards the boat and starts the engine himself. With practiced precision, he guides the boat forward. As the morning sun rises, the beautiful scenery comes to life. There's water, lush greenery, and vast fields stretching out as far as the eye can see. The winding canals mingle with the Padma, and scattered island homes dot the landscape. The island community is already bustling with daily activity. Some people take cattle and goats to grazing fields, but most head to the river to fish. During the flood season, the turbulent Padma River brings various species of fish. To catch them, people set out in special boats made of tin. Others try their luck by casting nets from the riverbank. Salam arrives at his fishing spot by the roadside canal, where he has set up a bamboo frame to hold his fishing net, known as a kaya jal. Climbing onto the platform, he carefully lowers the net into the water and then settles in to wait. To pass the time, he decides to check another net he had placed there the day before. He rows over to it and carefully pulls it up, hoping to find fish. Unfortunately, it's empty. There are no fish at all. Disappointed, he heads back to check his first net, but when he lifts it out of the water, he finds it's empty too. But Salam knows this is the nature of his work. Fishing is a game of patience. Success can take hours. He lowers the net once more. He waits. Again, the net rises empty. After nearly 2 hours of effort, Salam accepts defeat for now. Back at his home, he collects a different set of nets and breakfast, then returns to the boat. This time, he heads to another part of the river. On reaching the spot, he changes his clothes, taking off his shirt to work with just his bare chest before stepping into the water with his net. Suddenly, the sky darkens and heavy rain begins to fall. For those who spend their lives by the river, rain isn't something to be afraid of. Salam keeps working. Once his nets are set, he moves toward another trap nearby, the ring jowl. Slowly he lifts it. Again, disappointment. No fish today. It feels as if the river has turned its face away from him. But those who live by the river know this well. The river gives and the river takes away. Winning or losing is never the point. It is simply the rhythm of their lives. Soaked to the skin, Salam climbs back onto his boat, changes into dry clothes, and sits down for breakfast with his young son. Today's meal is pakan pitha, a simple handmade cake of wheat flour, one of rural Bengal's most beloved snacks. Together, father and son sit in the middle of the river, eating their modest meal and savoring the vast beauty around them. For Salam, this brief pause is his only moment of rest. Soon, he must travel another 5 kilometers upstream, where his fellow fishermen have already cast their nets. Salam reaches the designated spot. His companions are already there, their nets stretched deep into the river. Pulling his boat to shore, Salam joins them. A group of 10 to 12 men stands together at the water's edge, gripping the heavy ropes, hauling the net steadily toward land. Scenes like this are common along Bangladesh's rivers during the monsoon. The shouts of men rise in unison, blending with the thunderous roar of the river. Together, they create a living picture of effort, rhythm, and hope. On the banks, children gather with curious eyes, watching every movement with excitement. Finally, the net emerges from the water, This first haul brings in nearly 2 kilograms of fish. The fishermen cheer with excitement, even though they know their individual share will be small. Without thinking twice, they choose to go for another round. Paddling back toward mid-river, they cast the net once more. This time, the process is more challenging. Some men stay in the water to keep the net open, while others carefully pull it in from the shore. Nearby, a group of boys engages in their own playful fishing. With handmade bamboo traps, or sometimes with nothing more than bare hands, they dart and splash in pursuit of tiny fish. For them, fishing isn't just about catching food, it's all about having a great time. As the fishing net comes in, it reveals almost 3 kilograms of local fish shimmering in the sunlight. The men gently lift the fish into a container, and their exhaustion gives way to bright smiles. After putting in so much effort, these fish bring a special sense of joy, making this catch feel like a great victory for the day. The catch from the fishing trip is shared equally among everyone. After taking his share, Salam turns his boat toward home, but before heading back, he has one last task: to check the net he had set earlier that morning. At the familiar spot, Salam wades into the water once more. With slow, deliberate effort, he pulls the net up, but it too is empty. Today, luck is not on his side. By now, the sun stands high in the sky. Salam realizes that if he stays out much longer, he'll miss lunch at home. Packing up the net, he climbs back into the boat and starts the journey back. On the way back, the river comes alive with activity. Fishermen can be seen everywhere, some casting nets from tiny boats, others wading waist-deep with nothing but hand nets. A few boats pass by, stacked high with goods. The river, in these moments, becomes a vast, living workplace. One of the most eye-catching scenes is the sight of children playing. Groups of boys jump into the water, diving and swimming with pure happiness. Their laughter carries across the river, creating an atmosphere of joy that reminds us of the simple pleasures of childhood. As Salam enjoys the beautiful scenery, his boat approaches the bank near his home. He packs up his gear, lifts the container of fish, and steps onto the muddy path. Walking beside him are his son and brother-in-law, all moving carefully through the knee-deep clay on their way to the house. Once home, Salam sits down to sort through the fish. Within minutes, a crowd of children gathers around, their curious eyes fixed on the catch. For them, it is more than food. It is excitement, a moment of wonder. Soon, Salam's younger sister starts to prepare the fish, and the children draw closer, whispering, laughing, and playfully teasing each other as they watch the process. Meanwhile, lunch is being prepared. Smoke starts to rise from the open courtyard as firewood crackles in the fire. Like many families in the area, Salam's family depends on the river's resources and the hard work they put in to provide for themselves. Life here is marked by uncertainty. Most houses are temporary, made from materials like bamboo, wood, and tin. You rarely find sturdy brick homes because the risk of river erosion and sudden floods is always present. Some roofs are made from straw, which are quick to build and can be taken down easily when families need to relocate. The houses are simple, typically having just 1 or 2 rooms that serve multiple purposes, like a bedroom, kitchen, and living area all in one. Families with a bit more money might consider setting up a separate small kitchen made of tin or building a little shed for extra space. However, most people cook in a corner of their yard using a simple clay stove. Around nearly every home lies a yard where ducks, chickens, goats, or cattle are kept. In the dry season, the space is used to dry vegetables, chilies, or pulses in the sun. But during the monsoon, these same courtyards often turn into pools of mud or disappear entirely underwater. Poverty is a shared condition here. Many homes have just the basics: a bamboo bed, a plastic chair, maybe a wooden stool, and a small metal cupboard for clothes. Electricity is absent in many of these settlements. By midday, it's time for Salam to take a bath. He walks over to the hand pump next to his house, where cool and clean water is available during the rainy season. He splashes the water on himself, refreshing and washing away the sweat and tiredness from the morning. Lunch is ready. The family gathers together on the veranda, sitting cross-legged around simple plates. After working hard all morning, they feel quite hungry. Today's meal is simple but very satisfying: rice, lentils, and fresh fish caught from the river. There's nothing fancy about the food, but the warmth it brings fills them with energy and makes them feel at peace. For the people living in the char, every meal like this is more than just food. It's a small victory in their daily struggle for survival. After lunch, Salam takes a short rest before getting ready for another task: going shopping for the household. The nearest market is nearly 10 kilometers away. Salam, his brother-in-law, and the children set out together on foot. The path to the riverbank is long, for there are no proper roads across the island. Finally, they reach the dock and get onto a boat. Gradually, it starts moving through the water. On both sides, they see villages that are mostly underwater. When the rainy season comes, whole communities turn into floating islands. The usual paths that people walk on during the dry season are now covered by water, making the boat the only way to connect with the outside world. Every family here owns some kind of boat, from small wooden boats to larger vessels. These boats serve many vital purposes. They take children to school, transport patients to hospitals, help farmers reach their fields, and carry families to the market. They also move goods, crops, and livestock from one area to another. During the rainy season, markets can even float, moving from one village to another on large boats. Yet the journey is never without risk. The river's current is fierce, and sudden storms can overturn smaller boats in moments. Still, people must travel each day, for there is no alternative. For the char dwellers, the boat is more than transport. It is their lifeline, their fragile bridge to the broader world. As Salam's boat approaches the marketplace, the first thing that catches the eye is the crumbling remains of a building. It used to be the local union council office, but now most of it has been swallowed by the river. This is the silent disaster of river erosion. Each monsoon, the current grows fierce, pressing against the land until the soil can no longer hold. Suddenly, the ground collapses, taking with it homesteads, fertile fields, and entire memories. A man may lose his birthplace, another his ancestral graveyard, and yet another the home his family built over generations. The river doesn't just take land, it takes away parts of our identity as well. One day, even this busy marketplace might disappear under the water. For now, however, it is alive. The market teems with people, families buying their weekly supplies. Almost everything needed for daily life can be found here. Salam moves from stall to stall, purchasing the essentials for his household. By the time his shopping is complete, the sun has tilted toward the western horizon. On the Padma's wild monsoon waters, it is too dangerous to travel at night. Without delay, Salam and his family climb back into the boat. The current carries them toward the main dock. The dock itself is a hub of life. Built with reinforced banks, it holds rows of moored boats. Some fishermen are still casting nets nearby, while others prepare to ferry passengers. Morning or evening, the dock is never silent. It is always alive with voices and movement. For the people living on the islands, this place is much more than just a stop. It's their only link to the outside world. From here, they cross to the mainland, and from here, others return to the islands. Families wait with children in their arms, and the air is filled with the bustle of departures and arrivals. Around the dock, you can find a variety of small shops. Steam rises from cups of tea, and baskets of fresh fruit hang in front of wooden stalls, with everyday items neatly arranged for sale. People enjoy their tea and chat while waiting for boats to arrive. The mix of voices, haggling, and laughter creates a lively atmosphere, making the dock feel like a bustling marketplace, a vibrant center of life along the river. As evening falls, Salam gently steers his boat back home. Another day on the river comes to a close. When night approaches, the island transforms. The noise of fishing, farming, and household chores fades, replaced by a calm silence. The sky shifts its colors from blue to orange, and finally to a deep crimson glow that reflects across the river's surface. At the dock, several boats are still arriving and leaving. Some people are chatting, while others are getting ready for the last trip of the day. Evenings by the water are not just peaceful moments. They are a time to pause and transition from the busyness of the day to the calm of night. Here, the river, the sky, and people come together in a beautiful scene, creating a special kind of beauty that can only be found in places like this. The river is the lifeline of Bangladesh, at once a blessing and at times a curse. It brings fertility, fish, and new land. Yet with the same force, it takes away fields, homesteads, and memories. Life on the river island is forever caught in this tension, a constant struggle between survival and loss. Salam is the face of that story. Day after day, he wrestles with the current of the river, and yet it is the same river that feeds his family. The seasons change, his work changes, but the struggle never ends. It is the river that has taught the islanders resilience, giving them an unyielding strength. Their lives are not only stories of hardship, but also symbols of endurance, where every loss opens the chance to begin again, and every day is a fresh start. In the end, these islands, born in the heart of the Padma, teach us a single truth. The river shapes lives, even as it destroys them. But the people, they do not surrender to the river's erosion. They rise again and again, rebuilding their world from the ruins. This is the true story of the char dwellers, an unbroken journey of survival, resilience, and hope.